somebody from that end were trying to defend INEC. You saw what went on yesterday, and you still to defend INEC. You are enemy of Nigeria, and the observer groups that are observing and thinking they are protecting INEC, they are Yahoo observers. And because they do not know that this democracy costs blood. I said they are Yahoo observers.
No, are you talking?
At this critical time, this critical moment, what we've seen since yesterday, a lot of things has gone wrong in this election. Somebody will sit in the studio and start defending INEC. So listen to what this woman talk. INEC, we are not going to take it if it does not play out very well tomorrow. We are waiting for the final announcement. So we're not going to take it lightly at all. So I'm so much happy because I've seen a lot of comments, a lot of messages, a lot of people, the whole world are watching. All eyes are on this election, the final announcement. So if not, please just listen to this.
Earlier on, you gave us a general impression of what you saw and also the report by the Civil Society Situation Room. But I observed something. It will appear as if while the report of the Situation Room is close to that of IAGA, which is also an observer group monitoring the election, the Center for Democracy and Development seems to have a slightly more positive approach in terms of assessing the election in their own preliminary report. Is it possible that the various observer groups observed different elections and arrived at different conclusions? I would like to ask you that. And the second thing is about the uploading of results to the INEC IREV, what INEC calls IREV. We were told that by 11:35 yesterday, INEC was already uploading results. Then by 7 a.m. this morning, some people reported that INEC was no longer uploading, and whatever INEC uploaded overnight or yesterday night had disappeared out of about 20,000 results that was, submitted yesterday after the end of polls. Do you have any information in this regard about the uploading of results?
Okay, after I spoke, somebody from that end were trying to defend INEC. Actually would have loved to defend INEC, because when we saw Beavers and Electoral Act of year 2022, we were overjoyed. And when we followed that number of 6th of November year 2021, when we saw results uploaded on time in Oka, and when we followed to Ekiti, 18th of June year 2022, and July of Osun State governorship election, by midnight, by 9 p.m. actually, the results are over 98% have been uploaded. In Oka, with all the security challenges, in Ekiti, in Osun last July, then the person defending INEC, is it the compromised INEC personnel that made INEC not upload the result of elections of yesterday? So I just want to put the questions on the table, because you can defend INEC all you care, but the things we saw in the field yesterday, and we were getting reports, even those who are not our observers, thinking that there is a way we can help them. And we were calling INEC, we want to escalate the issues. They were not picking calls on like in the past when they do. So we can defend INEC. When INEC did well in Osho, we didn't hesitate to defend them. When they uploaded the result to their result portal, we did not hesitate to defend them. But when you saw what went on yesterday, and you still to defend INEC, you are enemy of Nigeria. And the observer groups that are observing and thinking they are protecting INEC, they are Yahoo observers. And because they do not know that this democracy costs blood. I said they are Yahoo observers.
No, are you talking about CDD? I specifically mentioned Center for Democracy and Development. Are you calling them Yahoo observers?
Whether it's the CDD that is even partnering with Arise or other observer groups, any observer group that says no, INEC perform well with any grammar they use on it, it's a Yahoo observer. Because we saw reports from citizens themselves, and we saw citizens who come out to vote who went back home after 9 p.m. without starting INEC or materials across the country. And you now come and sit down, you that didn't even visit any polling unit. I say everything was okay, INEC, you know, tried, and others. Okay, is it how we came here? The people who formed the first observation group, TMG, were those who fought for democracy. It wasn't cheap. It was gotten by the blood of Nigerians in the streets of Lagos. And people who are looking for whom to endorse and call themselves observer group, and comes that observing for INEC, for government, for political parties and candidates, and come after seeing what people went through yesterday, with all the crisis of no money, insecurity, kidnappings, and everything happening, and you have confidence to say that this INEC performed, you are enemy of Nigeria. And my Bible told me in the second book of Thessalonians, chapter 1 verse 6, God, it is a righteous thing unto God to repair with tribulations them that trouble us. How can you confidently say that the thing that happened yesterday in my polling unit very close to Sun City in Abuja, they were voting till 9 p.m. They were voting. It was even this morning we saw results. Our observers slept in the polling units in Abuja. And you have confidence to say everything is all right. Then there is something wrong with you as a person. And as a group, there is something fundamentally wrong with you. So I am actually saying it's not only CD. Any other mercenary group or Yahoo group that said INEC did well yesterday, and INEC you did not do well, you are a big disappointment. You need to do well in this election, uploading of election result, because that is what will determine whether we will accept this your result or reject it. Because we have been in the field. We fought for this democracy. We cannot allow anybody or institution to come and take us for a ride. We are not jokers. We fought the military without anything. We will fight INEC. We cannot take it. So let them want. They even uploaded result. Suddenly they create it up to go and manufacture their own. Whatever they are doing, we are watching. And our press conference this morning centers also on this uploading of results. Many of their personnel refuse to even upload the result or paste it according to the law. The law says you must paste it. They refuse to paste it. And is it a political party that bought them? Nobody bought them. The way they were behaving yesterday was somebody that they was calculated, well-intentioned, organized crime to ensure that citizens are denied their vote and voice.
Okay, ma'am, we'll come back to you shortly.
That's what I saw yesterday, and many people saw it in the field yesterday.
We'll come back to you shortly, and let's bring that conversation now right here into the studio, because it was you, sir, who said that INEC are not fully to blame here, and so allegations here are being leveled against you. And I'd like us to address that because INEC had 4 years to prepare for these elections. INEC had 4 years to prepare for these elections, and the issues that observers have brought to our forefront are not issues that we can take lightly or joke around with at all. There are people even here in Lagos State, our reporters covered certain polling units where people arrived before 2:30 p.m. but were still told that they couldn't vote. There are serious issues here. What is your take, and how would you respond to that?
I think Ma got it all wrong. I didn't say what happened didn't happen. I'd been here earlier this morning and I've made my analysis, what I observed and so on and so forth. What I said, and I stand by, is that certain structures beyond INEC, what these politicians and what they call structure, this person doesn't have structure, this one has structure, have played a major role in bringing about what we have witnessed. They do a lot of, like I said, they do a lot of polling. If, for instance, these political parties, if they believe that a particular area, maybe the voters there, they suspect the voters in that area, there's nothing, no matter what INEC put in place, they will go there and sabotage it.
But shouldn't INEC be well prepped enough to be able to stand up against any structure that could try and ruin the elections? Shouldn't INEC, especially as an independent commission, be above that?
Be above. You see, an example was given. Some electoral officers went to a polling unit without ink pad. Some went without result sheets. That should tell you those are not accidental happenings.
Yeah.
Some, your mandate is to get to the polling unit by maybe 8:30 or whatever. You are getting there